Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.
La cantante Riva Taylor tiene para nosotros una nueva canción, un trabajo que ha realizado entre la Ciudad de México y Reino Unido con talento de ambos países, y es la manera en que Riva nos está presentando este viaje hacia texturas de jazz, de soul, un poco de R&B, pero la propia Riva nos va a platicar respecto a este nuevo tema que se llama Colors of Blue. Hola Riva.
Hola.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
Where are you right now?
London. Sitting in London. There is sun streaming in. It's not as hot as Mexico, but it's a nice summer's day here.
And not as hot as a few days ago in London, right?
True. We're breaking records at the moment over here.
I know.
It's too much because we don't have air conditioning. We need to change it.
I know. And it's been a weird summer because of the strikes, because of the return of like music with festivals like Glastonbury, with this heat wave. I mean, very different summer in the UK.
Absolutely. It's felt like, it's lovely in many ways. You know, the world feels back to normal, and I live in London and everything's very buzzy. But then, of course, like the heat wave and strikes try to throw us off course, but we're not allowing it.
But still, it's a great summer, and it's also a great summer because you have a new song called Colors of Blue that also talks about something about summer, right?
Absolutely. It's all the shades of blue that we experience in summer. The sun, the sky, the sea, but also love that comes and goes. So the blue of the heart is also there, the sadness of losing love. So yeah, there's a bit of a juxtaposition going on, but it's still lighthearted.
It's important, Riva, in emotions to talk about both sides of emotions. We can have this love and feelings and feel great, but also we feel depressed, we feel blue, we feel bad with it. It's part of the same emotion.
Absolutely. I don't think you can have one without the other. And it's interesting you say that because, you know, I see this as a little bit of a new chapter for me, which is exciting. New musical space I'm exploring, and obviously new territories as well, talking with you. But some of my music before, so This Woman's Heart, which was the last album I brought out, that was very much about the light and the dark. I released it in two parts of a heart, the dark heart and the light heart. So again, interesting that I hadn't actually thought about that in this song, that I'm exploring those two areas, but not going black and white on it this time, going more colourful.
Yes, it's a lot of things between light and dark and sun and night. And also there are a lot of writers, songwriters, that say that you can write a song or write a book when you feel great, when you feel fine, that you need to have these bad emotions to create art. Do you feel that way?
I think whenever the ceiling is falling in, it is, you can always write your best music. But I think also, you know, what I wanted to do with this new music as well is to explore a different kind of area of emotion. And with this song, this is all about the transience of love. It's less deep than the heartbreak of a long-term relationship, for instance. This is all about love being impermanent and accepting that.
Riva, I read that you write the song and you produce the song between Mexico City and London. How is this relation with Mexico and this song and your music?
Well, so when I started writing this song, which I did with a producer that I had worked with before here in London, I sort of explained my vision to create something incorporating my love and my past of jazz, and also wanting to explore something a little more exotic that felt like we were moving out of the period of it being in lockdown, which was outward looking, which was exotic, and incorporated my love of travel, and to put the audience in a place. he had a friend over at the time, a producer friend called Juan, who was from Mexico City. And he said, well, let's bring him in and let's see where we get to. And that's where Colours of Blue was born. It was a very easy ride to get to the place that we ended up reaching, which was, incorporated the bossa nova beat to start with. And then a year later, we actually ended up bringing Irvin Riva in as a collaborator. So it wasn't something that we, wrote in a day and released. It's been a little time in the making. We've continued to dig to get exactly the right sound.
But you work in distance, or you travel to Mexico to work with them?
So we were working remotely. So Juan was over here, so we were able to do it in London. And he did more over in Mexico City. Irvin did his stuff in Mexico City, which, I mean, it's amazing how that all works now. But I'm itching to get over, and we're discussing plans for me to come over and continue to write some of the album and finish it off there. So that's really exciting.
It will be an amazing experience, right, to write and compose and make music in Mexico, because I know that Mexico and the UK are very different culture, but with a lot of connections. One of the most important connections is in music. Absolutely.
It's I mean, we have such high regard over here for the Mexican music scene, and I'd heard a lot about collaborations with producers and artists, and a lot of producers had again spoken really highly of their times that they'd spent out there, and I've only felt that, I have to say. Getting Irvin involved, I thought, does he want to? Will he want to? This is a very different feel to his music, and what's been so nice is him just saying yes. Of course. I love your sound, I like the writing, let's see where we get to. And that's what music for me is all about. There shouldn't be a question. You've got to go with your heart. It doesn't matter about who the artist is or how many social media numbers they have. It should be about creating, and I think that's how you make music that stands the test of time and connect with an audience. And ultimately that's what we're all aiming for.
Absolutely. The most important thing is the song, is to record an album. I know that there are other parts of the music industry that are very important, not as sexy as being in a stage to play in front of an audience, but it's important to have the knowledge about what's going on around you in the music industry.
Absolutely. Yeah, totally. Yes.
And maybe harder for independent artists, but there's a lot of independent labels and agents and other people that stronger together, right?
100%. There are so many ways you can skin this now, which is something that when I look back to when my career started, which seems like a long time ago because I was signed very young, it was a completely different industry. It was an industry that was completely dominated by 3 major labels, and you had to be signed to them. And I was lucky enough to be signed to one of them. But it meant I had this tunnel vision of what marketing and everything for a long time. And even a little while after me and the label stopped working together, I thought that was the only route. And then I had to realize that actually it's not. And you can, for many years, I did something like a joint deal with a major label in my own thing, which was really fun in itself and gave me a lot more creative license. So I think that's, you've got to continue evolving with the industry. It will throw you curveballs constantly, but as artists, we've got to be malleable, and the lockdown was one, the pandemic was one. In fact, I said to some friends of mine in that time, and they said, they were furloughed, and it was the first time in their life they work outside of the music industry. So they had always known their 9-to-5 job. What do you do? What do you do in this? You sort of are the creator of your own destiny. What do you do? How shall I do this? And I thought about it. I was like, as musicians, as freelancers, anyone working in this industry, we are constantly thrown by these these happening.
The shakes, yes.
You have to step to the side and walk forward and find a new way, because there'll always be those obstacles. There's going to be, probably a new wave of technology that will come and hit us out of nowhere, and we will have to be malleable. So I guess that's what makes it crazy but exciting at the same time.
We have to reinvent ourselves a lot of times, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So Riva, what will you do the rest of 2022? Do you plan to release more singles? Are you planning to release the album? What's the plan?
Yeah, I've got a few more ready to go. So there will be an album. It won't be until next year.
Okay.
But a few more singles leading up to the end of the year. Continuing to perform as much as possible. What's been exciting with this latest song is that it is taking me places that I've never been before. So for me, that's a really cool thing. And yeah, keeps me writing and yeah, has given me purpose with this album. So I'm feeling very grateful in terms of the people, producers that I'm surrounded with, helping to pull this vision together with me, and really happy that people like yourself like the first single. So
no, it's amazing song. I found your amazing voice with all these ingredients, very different, but the song sounds amazing. Your voice sounds amazing. It's very refreshing, not only in the jazz scene, but with these soul vibes, these R&B vibes. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And different is a word I like.
It's important.
As long as it's good.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
So Riva, when will you come to Mexico?
I'm September.
No?
Yeah.
A few weeks away.
Few weeks away. So yeah, planning it at the moment, which I'm super excited about. If you could tell it just to cool down a little bit.
Okay. I hope you can make it not only to Mexico City, but here in Guadalajara, Monterrey, other cities in the country. I think it's important to show your music to other audience here in Mexico.
Agreed. I have my very best friend has come back from traveling the whole place, and she's like, must do the whole lot. Yeah. Okay.
you have to come not only to play music, but to have a great time in Mexico.
Try the margaritas in every city.
Absolutely, the whole experience.
My drink. I haven't said that in any interview yet, but margarita is my drink. That's one of the reasons why, of course, that we are exploring this area.
Okay, Riva, looking forward to see you here in Mexico very soon. In the meantime, you can listen Colors of Blue in all streaming platforms. Looking forward to see you here and listen the album in 2023.
Thank you so much. Thanks for talking.
Riva Taylor, thank you so much for this chat with Rutas Alternas.
Muchas gracias.
Plataforma de información musical y radio online. Rutas Alternas. Escucha.